Hi, I'm Jonathan Bowman-Perks, and this is my story about mental health challenges and how to face into them. First, I'd mention a few points. Firstly, admit, seek support and educate, take action, self-care, and finally, share your story to reduce stigma. So let me firstly talk about admitting. So my issue was a combination of financial pressures and also a difficult divorce that I'd gone through, which really got me down to the point where I was anxious, depressed, and suicidal, and tried to deal with the issue on my own, but not doing very well. So that was the first thing, to admit to myself that I had a problem and I needed help. Secondly, second point, seek support. A lot of people, and particularly men, don't seek support. And I've known in some pretty bad cases where they've done themselves in and taken action and killed themselves because they thought they should be stronger and handle this. And it's a sign of weakness to have a mental health problem. It isn't. So I began to talk to my wife, Lee, and also I began to educate myself about the kind of things I should do and speak to mental health experts. I took some therapy, which was very helpful, cognitive behavioral therapy. The third thing is taking actions, and I put those into eat, move, sleep, breathe, focus, and perspective. And there's a whole load of things I could talk about those, but I think the thing I found most important was a morning routine and an evening routine. It involved things like the Daily Stoic, which I listen to every day now as an audiobook. I'm dyslexic, so my best way of learning is by audiobooks. I then do mindfulness. I began with 10 minutes, then on to 15 minutes, and now 20 minutes every day without fail. It's the first thing I did, which gets that mental focus. I then went on to doing some exercise. So 30 minutes of yoga or 30 minutes of HIIT training, but some physical exercise, and then walking the dog. Spending time with my wife, talking to her. We're in a time of lockdown now, so it's difficult to see other friends, but certainly connecting with them. And then what I ate put into my body, which is very good, and ensuring I had a power nap, about 1 o'clock, 20 minutes power nap, and then also getting 7 to 8 hours sleep every night. At the age I'm at now, I'm woken up a few times for a comfort break during the night, but even so, I make sure I go back to sleep. And if I wake up, I write down some notes or I listen to something mindful to help me go back to sleep. So take action. Self-care is my penultimate point. You've got to look after yourself. You cannot look after anybody else unless you look after yourself first. And then the final point is really this one about sharing your story, because only the strong can be vulnerable in an appropriate way. You don't bang your fist on the floor and cry openly, but you need to admit when you have a problem. And I admitted I had a problem. I sought help and I've resolved it and I've dealt with it. But I also know how to face it if the black dog comes back again. So that's my best wishes for you. That's my story. Jonathan Bowman-Perks.